What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'?
What's good? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? Are you poppin'? Are you poppin'?
What's poppin'?
I'm wondering why the thing is looking like that.
Slide that, slide that. What's the optics looking like? What's the visuals looking like? We good?
Go on.
We good? We good? We good? We gravy? We straight? We straight?
What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'?
Poppin'.
What's poppin'?
What's good,
We
y'all?
here, y'all. We
What's good?
back again on a bright, sunny February morning. It's Monday.
Monday.
And you see who we got in the building.
Shouts out.
It's the brother, Kofi.
My man.
Uncle Kofi.
Original.
In the building.
Original. Big dog. Original. Real big dog. Those of you don't know, hey, original.
Long overdue. Long overdue. So yeah, we're here.
Poppin', what's poppin'?
We're here.
Poppin'.
Tell us, cause yo, you've been doing a lot of work, a lot of stuff in the last little bit, you know. And first of all, it's Black History Month, right? And before Black History Month used to be a little bit like upsetting because we only get a month, but we took that into our own hands.
Definitely.
And we go year round. Fam TV, Fearless African Movement.
24/7.
We 24/7 with it.
65.
Exactly. So, let's start telling us about your the movement you're on right now with the GACN. Tell us about that, and then we'll go from there.
Bigger than the GACN. You know, it's a global movement.
Okay.
I just got back from Ghana, as you guys are fully aware.
You average flight from Ghana and back.
We just got back from the mother continent, so there's a lot going on globally. You know,
Shouts out Africa.
I think globally, everywhere, the diaspora, it's a global movement. Because when I was in Ghana, I met people from Sweden, African people, black people from Jamaica, from New York, from Philadelphia, from St. Kitts, from Baltimore,
Same thing, that's where my
Germany,
people's
from Holland,
Yeah.
Africans from the UK. Listen to me, it's big.
Yeah.
So we gotta tap into that, you know. So, you know, I know Toronto got its own scene. Had to represent, you know what I'm saying?
You
Big
guys
up
seeing this?
Raptors,
Y'all seeing this?
Lit.
Y'all ain't seeing this, man.
Martin, Jurassic Park, playoff time, baby.
Park. Hey, when y'all see this,
Playoff
make sure
time.
y'all.
We getting it in, Jurassic Park.
Make sure you guys holler at us, DM us if you like this.
When you guys see us
If you
down
like
there,
that drum.
don't be scared to walk up and say what up.
You know what I'm saying?
Leave it in the
So,
comments what you think about that drum.
Yeah, it's
Alright.
global, but we had to bring it back to Toronto to T-Dot to the 6.
Yeah.
You know, whatever, you know, title you hold this dear city, city that's dear to our heart. You know what I'm saying? Big up to, first of all, I'd like to give a big shout out to Fam TV. You know what I'm saying?
Shouts
This
out.
What's Poppin' platform, getting things going in. You know, like it's difficult. You know, and I've been speaking to my man Dre about this whole how to get this information out to the masses, and it's about speaking about issues that people can all relate to. That's really what it's about. You know, what's going on in Toronto is good, but Toronto is just, you know, a micro of that global macro.
Thank you.
So-
That's a part a lot of people need to understand.
Yeah, so traveling helps to expand that insight, you know what I'm saying? So big up to my man Patrick, you know.
Oh, he's the one that put you on to travel.
Listen, man, this is my nephew who's been putting it in, you know, York University, he's doing this.
Shouts out
master's
Patrick.
graduate.
He off camera, y'all
Big up
can't see him.
Patrick, that's the tech man that holds down whole Back to Africa tours. You know what I'm saying? So he's been very instrumental in keeping things going on when it comes to marketing, getting the information out there in regards to our tour. So we just got back from Ghana. We're promoting, you know, yearly group trips to Africa. For those that don't know, you know, we all know deep down that, you know, all these conversations we have around identity, you know, and who we are as African people, as black people, as, you know, whatever nationality you want to, you know, whether you're Jamaican, whether you're Trinidadian, whether you're Ethiopian, we all know that Africa is that common denominator. You know, and some of us have to be, we've been challenged to really, you know, go beyond and get past the mental barriers that exist about Africa.
Yeah.
So we're breaking beyond those barriers with this tour. So you can stay plugged in, backtoafricatours.com, www.backtoafricatours.com, and get more information about the group tours that we have going on to Ghana, and hopefully in the future we want to start extending out to other countries. You know, we're talking about Kenya, we want to go to Ethiopia, we want to go to Egypt, we want to go to South Africa. So as we develop the tour and the structure of the whole tour, we're going to start going to other countries. So this is what it's about, and this is what we've been involved in for the last, you know, throughout the whole year pretty much. It started in 2019, but we're taking it in 2020 beyond.
Okay, sick. And this is the movement that is attached. This is like the global movement has to be a collaborative movement, like everybody collaborating. So that's awesome work that you're doing. As we continue on, I just wanted to make sure that we hit you with our question, because you know it's Black History Month, and I want to ask you, who is there? Okay, give me your top 5 African descendant heroes. I don't care where they are in the world, in the planet.
You don't say 5? Just
top 5? Top 5.
Top 5?
Top 5.
Who you asking that question?
You.
We should all get involved. I think we should all get involved in that dialogue, because it's hard to pick 5. Because our history is so vast.
Exactly. But if you had to only pick 5, this is for you. If you only had to pick 5 off the top of your head, and they don't have to be the greatest to everybody, the greatest to you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, think about that one.
Then I'm gonna let that marinate.
Yeah.
Let me come back at the
All
end
right,
of
we'll
the
come
show.
back to that. We'll come back to
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
And all my peoples out
We'll
there
vibe on that.
on the live, everybody on YouTube, give me your top 5 Black heroes. Top 5 African descendant.
One thing I wanted to touch on that you said that was so deep is you spoke on the power of traveling, and how that was basically able to get your mind going at a different gear, and just when you see different stuff, and when you and I always say traveling is just important as school.
Definitely.
As when it comes to teaching you stuff.
Absolutely.
You go somewhere else in the world and you kind of like, wow, I could have never pictured.
Yes.
Where
yes.
and then that'll blow your mind. It'll blow your mind, like just certain things. So the importance of traveling is so underrated, and people think you don't. Just sometimes just try to see different stuff. Challenge yourself to see different things.
And also, like, to think about the people who say they can't afford that. They couldn't afford a trip to the motherland, but you got $500 shoes on, a $300 belt on, a $200 shirt on. You know what I mean?
And none of that's gonna teach you
nothing.
Versus if you save that money, hey, I'm gonna go see a different part of the world, and get your brain to move to a, your brain is now thing. Remember, you only know what you see.
That's it.
A mouse that's born in a box and dies in that shoe box, to that mouse, the world was that box.
Yeah.
So that's what I really emphasize to people. So when you go back to Africa, and shouts out for, he's bringing people
to back.
That's what he's saying. Come with me. Come.
Yeah.
So in this, so they say that there was all the old slavery, and now there's mental slavery, right? So if Harriet Tubman was the physical slave freer, then I guess what Back to Africa Tours is doing is the mental slave freer.
Listen to me, man.
Because
I hear all kind of crazy, excuses on why. Excuses. Like you talked about the economic piece. And how we say it's too expensive. We spend money on, how much billions of dollars do we spend on athletic shoes and fast food? You guys know the statistics.
Yeah,
of course.
It's like a broken record.
Of course.
One of the interesting ones that I've heard is that, man, I can't sit on a plane for 13 hours. You know what I'm saying? I can't sit on a plane for 12 hours. So
But you can sit on the couch and binge watch any show.
Netflix or the whole. I just watched Power from season 1 to 6. It took me 4 days straight. And you look at them like, brother, you serious? You serious?
You know, I heard
That's why you couldn't answer my calls.
honestly though, the diaspora has a lot of fear. Like they have this fear of
Mental barrier.
flying, like being in the sky for too long. Honestly, some people, like at least with my friends, they can't even do like the 4 hours to Cuba. Like they get anxiety and you know what I mean. I think that's another reason why like some people just hate heights.
I think another thing that gets people is what they showed us about Africa,
of course,
versus what it really is.
Definitely, the mental barriers that exist. That's what I'm talking about.
I have a friend that I ran into, and I grew up with him, and that's all he does is just travel. And he showed me places. I'm like, bro, this can't be what you're saying it is. Like, no, that is it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same place they showed me on the news when they're saying these kids need money, and I'm like, wait a minute, something's not adding up. The water's blue.
But let's talk about
the beach is nice.
Hold on though.
And I'm thinking, they showed me. So growing up as a kid, if you asked me as a kid, hey, you want to go to Africa? I'll be like, maybe not really, because you're showing me all these commercials of people. But would I want to come to Toronto if you show me some hoods in Regent Park? If you show me some slums in Jane and Finch? I wouldn't want to come to Toronto either.
Exactly.
So it's the same.
But this is what I'm
thing.
saying. What you touched on is the same thing. It's the perception. So now that we have the internet, a lot of people feel like, hey, I don't need to go there anymore because I can just visit there on the internet. When the idea about who's showing you that place, whose eyes are you seeing through? Because I'm sure people's visions about Ghana was different than when we went last year and what we showed to our immediate circles, right? And our Facebook friends. Shout out all my Facebook friends.
Mike says we're still mentally trapped.
Definitely, this is the piece that I want to really get into, because again, we have all these excuses on why we don't, like when you talk about tourist destinations.
Yeah.
From a Western perspective, people talking about tourist destinations. The first places that are going to come to mind are places like Cuba,
Caribbean,
Jamaica, Florida, Bahamas.
And
you see,
then-
that's
and
the
then
mindset.
Europe.
That's the mindset here in the West. But you see in the Far East now, you see all those rich Europeans that live in Belgium, France, Italy,
They don't go to the
Sweden,
Caribbean.
Germany, Holland. They all come into Africa.
Yeah.
Wow.
What about
You know what I'm saying? They're on the-
Dubai
they're on
and
the
India?
They're on the beaches of Senegal. They're in Ghana. They're in that Ivory Coast. None of y'all is my
So there
testament.
you, no, that's crazy.
This is So we have to understand that there's a global. We're part of a global. Situation. So we have to think like that. Well, and one of the important pieces, again, we talked about earlier, you guys were touching on the mental barriers. People talk about the cat being able to sit on a 13-hour flight, right? Let's take it on a deeper level. How did our ancestors come to the West? They came in the hulls of ships.
Yes.
Okay, they
Yep.
came in the hulls of ships.
Yeah.
Brutalized,
Yep.
raped,
Yep.
castrated, dehumanized,
Yeah.
brought to in America, in the Caribbean.
Very uncomfortable.
Okay, well, and those journeys, what they call the Middle Passage,
Yeah.
took 3 months.
Yeah.
After being kidnapped wherever in Africa they were kidnapped for, transported to the dungeons. We were there.
Yeah. Yeah. Cape Coast and
That's a
Elmina.
pivotal piece of our trip, actually going to the Cape Coast Elmina slave dungeons and visiting the places where African people were kidnapped
Yeah.
and brought to Jamaica,
And the treatment.
brought to the Americas, right? So when you internalize that experience, and you tell me that you can't sit on a plane in luxury
For 13 hours.
for 13 hours, something's wrong.
That speaks to the seriousness.
You know what I'm saying? When we talk about the psychological barriers,
Yeah.
so
What
I
are we
think just
thinking
put it
about?
like that.
Yo,
You know what I'm
and
saying?
really, when you put it like that,
If our ancestors experienced that, then we have a lot of work to do, psychologically speaking.
Mike also says, in terms of why people don't go back home, he says you also have to realize that bad news sells more than good news. It's all about propaganda. He also said that Europe is closer, it's also closer to Europe, Africa, than America. and that's
All
it.
the plane flights stop in Europe before they go into Africa.
All of them.
So
Yeah.
The only one, Air Ethiopia. Shout out Air Ethiopia.
Big up.
And Air Canada?
Big up my man,
Ethiopian
Jules.
Airlines.
Who?
South African.
South African Airlines. Oh,
Okay.
there's.
Shout out South
Okay, they
Africa.
recognize
South-
it.
Egypt.
And Egypt.
Egypt is doing it too.
What is
Okay,
one-
so three.
They're recognizing it.
Three.
Straight
Shout
to-
out the powerhouses.
I am going.
Yeah.
And I'm taking Ethiopian Airlines.
Ethiopian Airlines.
was
We
just
gotta keep it
actually
moving.
ruled like #1 in all of
The best.
Hold on,
But we
Howie,
can't-
can you say that one more time?
Sure.
So we can hear?
One more time.
I just said Ethiopian Airlines is actually the #1 in airlines with traveling. It just in all airlines, period, not just going to Africa, but like they're #1, like they're
Good
#1.
service.
Yeah?
And I'm
Okay,
dying to
so-
taste the
And
food.
the food is awesome.
I'm dying to taste the
On
food.
the plane?
Yeah!
Yes, I'm gonna
They don't
protect
give
you
you
now.
like
You want
Malawa!
food.
Malawa!
I'm
No,
hearing the
it's
food is awesome.
In
Awesome.
Jeddah, they don't give you on the plane. Like they give you just regular, your kind of people food. Like
My kind of people food.
Canadian
Thanks,
food.
Howie.
Canadian food. I meant like
I get it from all the Caribbean older people. You're foreigner. You use ketchup. You're foreigner.
Yeah, you use ketchup, you're just gonna let everyone know.
Yeah.
Don't drop for the ketchup.
Yeah, no. All right, so back to the topics, okay? So, in this diasporic mental mutation, back Sankofaing,
That's deep.
there's some ideas within finance, economy, arts, and to firm up the trades. So what are you doing? Tell us a little bit more about what that entails in terms of trading and reconnecting the diaspora with the continental.
It's a movement, and right now there's so much conversations going on around citizenship, acquiring citizenship in Africa through the proper process, understanding how that happens, how you go about getting involved, land ownership. A lot of people are interested in how to own and acquire land in Africa. And as we all know, Ghana is just one country. I'm saying Africa has 54 countries. Let me just give a big shout, before I continue, let me just give a big shout to everybody. Toronto, Regent Park, Scarborough, Rexdale, Jamestown, Jane and Friends, listen to me. This is not a person talking to you who's from Africa and he's coming here and trying to convince y'all about Africa.
Right. Thank you.
I grew up right here in Toronto.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? So, went to school in Westview, big up Westview, Oakdale, went to school in West Humber, big up Jamestown, Naki, all that. You know what I'm saying? Malvern, listen to me. I grew up right here in Finch, so it's not like an outsider giving you this insight. I grew up in Toronto. I'm just like y'all.
Thank you.
Like it's happened to be from the continent.
Thank you.
Born in Ghana when I came to Toronto when I was 1 year old, and I'm 50 now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty much socialized here. So I'm giving you this information from a perspective that you need to understand that I'm just like you guys. I'm not like an outsider coming in. So when we're talking about this Sankofa, there's a lot that can be done, but we just don't know our birthright. Because we've been psychologically removed from understanding about Africa, learning about Africa, all these different images that have been given out. Like nobody wants to associate with growing up seeing commercials, World Vision commercials with flies,
Flying on it,
swollen
Proper.
babies with swollen bellies.
Yeah.
It's
Huts.
we're at war psychologically, and propaganda is used
Yep.
for war. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
Yeah.
everybody's there. We just got back from Ghana. My nephew Patrick could tell you, Howie would tell you, she's from Ethiopia. Arabs are in Africa, Asians are in Ghana, Europeans are in Ghana.
That's what I'm saying. No, but that's the scary part.
They got businesses.
I feel like
they drive, you know what I'm saying?
they're
got
trying to scare us
you know,
from not going back, and they want to go back, and I think
Listen
that's
to
what
me.
they're trying.
Ain't that the
Africa-
biggest hustle ever?
Africa
Yo,
is the frontier.
the block is hot.
You know what I'm
The
saying?
block is hot right now.
Yeah.
Don't go out there.
Yeah.
But I'm out there,
Everybody's, yeah.
chipping it up.
People are investing. Yo, Rick Ross was down there just December.
Yep.
Cardi B was down there.
Popcorns.
Popcorn. Big shout out to Popcorn. You know what I'm saying? He was
Unruly.
loving it.
Unruly.
He's still in Ghana right now. He don't even want to
He
come
bought
back.
a house, didn't he?
Listen to me, bought a crib in Ghana.
Yeah,
Saying he's
man.
not trying to come back.
Me
He's
too,
still in Ghana.
Popcorn. I'm trying to get unruly out there too.
Popcorn bought a crib in Accra.
Definitely.
Yeah,
He's
in
doing,
Nima.
You know?
Nima?
No, not in
I'm not
Nima.
sure exactly what community,
Okay,
he
but
was
it's
rolling
in
through
Ghana.
Nima.
That's-
You can check out his Instagram.
That's so crazy. What made him
You know what I'm
just buy a
saying?
house? Like that's
Listen,
such a
man,
huge
it's the
difference.
He's being reconnected
He
just like we are.
He sees what's happening outside of, you know, the mental barriers that exist.
I think that's what
And
a
he
lot of
tapped
people
right
is
into
doing.
it. You know what I'm saying? Ludacris was down there. You know what I'm saying? So
Yandy.
who that?
Yandy?
Yeah.
Yandy Smith?
Okay, T.I.
T.I.
and his
Yandy
wife.
what?
Yandy what?
Everybody was
I
down
bet
there,
you
fam.
Mandisi was pissed because he just came out. You know what I'm saying? He missed the trip. Don't worry, Mandisi.
No,
Holla at
he
us.
wasn't out yet when she went.
That's what I said. So don't worry, Mandisi. Holla at Back to Africa tours.
Listen to me, man.
We go with the family.
The world is ascending upon the mother continent, Wakanda, for real. For real, for real.
And
So-
the actual people who are birthright need to make sure they go and collect their little piece.
Listen to me, man.
Yeah.
I saw his twin down there. I saw this brother's
Yeah,
twin.
they told me they saw my twin
Listen
down
to
there.
me,
No
yo.
cap. They told me they
All
saw
y'all who don't
my
think you African,
twin.
you got a cousin, a genetic cousin. You got a cousin walking in Ghana
They
right
said
now.
they saw my twin down
You
there.
got a
Like, yo,
relative
that was
walking.
you, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Trust me.
Yeah.
Children of the soil, children of the sun. For all those who don't believe that they're African, until you actually go and see the different phenotypes and face and the skin complexions, and it's listen,
Yo,
it's
honestly,
mind-boggling.
man, yo,
The lightest skin
yo, I'm gonna
brother.
be
Mind-boggling.
real. I'm gonna be real. I never ever wanted to go somewhere, and like when I mean say this is the only place I've ever heard everyone's like, yo, bro, you need to go. It's almost like every single person I met is like, bro, you need to go.
Hold on, let me just say something. Do you know that in the Jewish tradition, it's like mandatory to go back to Israel?
They have programs that actually do that right now.
You understand what I'm saying? It's
Birthright
mandatory.
repatriation programs. Yeah, the
Okay,
Jewish community.
so let's say that this is a birthright repatriation program, right? How obligated would you be to take part in it, or to make your kids take part in it, if you can? You know, because a lot of people didn't play hockey, but they're paying for their kids to play hockey, right? Because they want a better way for their children. So how about creating a bond, collaboration
It's in-
where
it's
we
in
can
the
do
works
this?
right now. Big shout out to my man Victor Baselli. Victor.
Shout out Victor.
Oh man, Victor's doing it up
Victor-
big.
Victor-
You know,
Victor
Victor's
lives
always
there now?
working.
Victor
He's
bought a
always
house in
working.
Cape Coast.
He bought a house?
Victor's living it up with his
He's
beautiful
living down-
family.
Is he
Wait,
coming back?
wait, wait.
Victor, you
Victor's
coming back? Are you coming back?
Listen to me.
I wouldn't come back.
Victor-
I
Listen
personally
to
wouldn't
me.
come back.
I interviewed all of Victor's children. Big shout out Makai.
Makai.
Listen to me.
Makai.
I
This
interviewed
big
all
so
of them.
big.
Hold on, he's gonna be crushing them out there. In
Each
basketball
one of them,
Ghana.
I asked them, do you want to come back to Toronto? They've been in Ghana for like almost 8 months.
Wow.
Okay, Victor's getting a lot. He putting in conferences. Victor's bringing M1 down in September.
Okay.
He's doing a conference. Big shout out.
Oh, hold
to
on,
M1,
shut up. That's the
Ned
next
Perez.
thing. All these people who can't cross borders because criminal record from
Go to Africa.
way back.
Bring your skills to Africa because it's well needed. The administrative skills that we have here in the West, the resources that we have here, the disposable income we have. Listen to me. Big shout out to my sister Zuri. She was down. She came through with the tour.
Yeah.
You know, Zakisha. Big shout out to Zakisha. as
Zakisha.
well. Jack.
Hey.
So I love sis, baby girl. You know I love you. So Zuri apparently she got a job in Ghana. Am I correct, Patrick?
Yeah.
She got linked up with a job that we hooked up with a brother of ours whose name is George. He's a property manager who helped get us the accommodations.
Yeah, George,
for the
yeah,
groups
yeah.
when we were bringing them down. So he got out to me and he said, look, I need some sisters or people who are expatriates, who are from the diaspora, who want to work.
Yeah.
And they're going to give them 2,000 Ghana, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
give them accommodations
Yeah.
to stay in. And they're going to be working in an oil company that's going to be situated by the airport. And this is all paid for accommodations, and you're getting paid like 2,000 Ghana. How much is that how much is that a month?
5 bills.
Five
bills. You know what I'm saying? But that's a lot of money.
And your accommodations
And-
taken care
Yeah,
of.
it's a lot of money, you know what I'm saying? And she's there. You know, Zuri came from the States. She hooked up with us. She came to us with us to Ghana, and she's staying in Ghana now. She got a job.
Hold on, did you link up with Delassie?
Man,
You not
big
see my-
shout out to my girl.
you not see my
Delassie.
sister?
I didn't get to see Delassie. I know
Shout
she's
out
going to
Delassie.
work. You seen her?
Delassie,
You seen
Patrick
her?
linked. At least
Big shout
one
out
of
to
us
Harlem,
linked
New
back
York.
up, cause you know.
Harlem, New York in the place.
Yeah, and
Shouts out.
she's somebody who like I really feel so special about because we met her on the way down to Ghana last year. We chilled with her.
Yeah, right.
We talked about her plans. She's an artist. She's a singer, and she was now moving from Harlem to Ghana to Accra to live and work and do her career, and she has
She got an app, yeah.
yeah, and she has like blossomed. I see her on all these events down there, and she's doing great. And that's just a testament to what any of us can do. Like I'm going back.
Big shout out to Spec One.
Spec.
He filmed his
One.
video down there. Zakisha filmed their video down there.
Yeah.
And these are all Toronto artists
Yeah.
putting in work.
Yeah.
So people, like I said, people are ascending upon the mother continent just for options to expand. Don't mean you gotta leave Toronto. We got passports.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We can always come back. But Africa is rapidly developing. And the people who get in there now are going to be part of that development.
Yes.
We're going to miss the train.
So,
You feel what I'm saying?
you know what it sounds similar to? I always tell people this. You go, you see a big chunk of land. You go drive around Toronto. You're going to see a big chunk of land. You're going to see a sign that says development. You can put your money in then. Some people choose not to. If you try to put your money in when the place is already built,
When there's
people
buildings
already
there.
living in there, and now you want to come with your 10% down, they're going to look at you and say, you better walk across the street with that.
Who are all the landlords in the north, in Toronto? Who are the landowners in Toronto?
The government, the Jewish people,
Okay.
Italians.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You have a lot of European, Western Europeans that
yes,
come here in the
yes.
early, 60s, 50s and bought up all the land. So when we're paying rent, we're paying rent to mostly somebody who's from a different ethnic group.
Yes.
That's acquired land.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Not to be discriminatory, but we're just talking about
It's facts.
who owns land. So if we own land in Africa, right now they're giving away free land in Africa. My nephew
Free?
Patrick, they're giving free land away.